There we go then. So a bit of an update on the video. As you can see, I bought some mats, swept the garage out. These mats are, I could have got these off of Amazon, but I decided I was in B&M. So you get these 246 for £16. So I bought two, it's £32, and I'm guessing I'll probably, if I get another two sets, I can put them here, can't I? And yeah, I think that'd be pretty good. So £64 in total. The thing I found was, looking at some of the reviews on Amazon, some of them didn't get good reviews. They said the material wasn't that great. So yeah, so I thought, well, like B&M, I might as well get it there and then. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. That's the update on the garage. But I want to talk about today. So oh, actually no, before we get into that, power. So for the garage, I've not got, there is no power supply to this garage. So I'm thinking, I did think of like an electric power bank, but then I thought, well, why not just get a petrol generator? I was in Cambridge the other day, and one of the market guys, he had this little petrol generator. I guess it ran on diesel actually, and it's pretty quiet. So I was thinking, you know what, I might get one of them, because whoever was here before, well, the owners, they've obviously stuck this light up here. So I've got a light bar. So I'm guessing they must have had some type of generator. So yeah, let me know in the comments box below. What do you reckon? What do you recommend? I'm thinking get a little generator. But yeah, the other thing is, what I want to get on this video is Superbike Factory. Ooh. So Two-Wheeled Willie has been doing, he's made a couple of videos, and he's had to take them down because Superbike Factory, the CEO's got in touch with him because they weren't too happy about what he had to say about Superbike Factory. Now, I've bought the Royal Enfield from Superbike Factory, and I've also had my Aprilia RSV was from Superbike Factory. So yeah, I didn't have a very good experience, and on Two-Wheel Willie's videos, he had about 150 people made comments, and they weren't happy either. So I'll tell you what, it's supposed to be a motor vlog, so what we'll do is we'll get out on the bike, and we will continue this conversation on the motorbike. So welcome back to the channel, peeps. So where was we? We were talking about Two-Wheel Willie, weren't we? And he's had to take his videos down, his Superbike videos. Well, he's took one or two down, to be honest. So let's close my my lid. Oh my God! Look at the state of this. Look at this traffic. Oh, this is disgusting. So this is getting out of Bury. This is. Let's have a think. What are you doing, Jim? Do I try and fight my way out of Bury that way? Or do I go... I'll tell you what, it ain't looking good, is it? Oh, God, let's go this way. Let's go this way. We could fight our way out, but I ain't doing that. So, yes, bloody Christmas. Yes, he's had to take the videos though. Get to the point, Jim. So, yeah, the CEO's got in touch with him because he made a video and he was proper slating the Superbike Factory. And oh, I've got an ambulance behind me now. Have a word. Slow down for let the ambulance past. And yeah, so he's made this video and he's complaining about Superbike Factory, and he's right. I mean, I've had two bikes from them, and I'll just tell you my history with them. So I bought, my first bike I bought off of them was my Aprilia RSV Melee, the silver one, and what it was I went all the way up to Macclesfield or wherever it was to go and view the bike, and they do a 60, well, they're supposed to do a 60-point check on it and all the rest of it. Anyway, so I checked the bike over, blah blah blah, very nice, cool, looked it all over, looked great. Little did I know, so on the swing arm there was like a carbon fibre cover on the swing arm. I didn't even cross my mind to look underneath that. So it wasn't until about, God, I think it was about a year later, I was with Dave, I think it was, when I spotted it, and there was like a gouge taken out of the swing arm. So and they didn't disclose that to me when I bought the bike, because I probably could have knocked them down on the price for that. So yeah, not too impressed with that. So there's that. And then the other one is obviously my Royal Enfield. So again, I went all the way up north to that one. That was Yorkshire, I think, again. It wasn't Macclesfield this time. So I went all the way up there and checked the bike over. Looked great in that. Again, they're supposed to have done a 60-point check. And I've noticed as well, when you go on their website, they don't even prep the bikes properly, or they didn't do when I bought the Royal Enfield, and that was, how long ago was that now? That was about 2 years ago. And you could see there's like rust on the bikes and all other types of stuff. They look a bit pony, to be honest. You'd think that they would like go out their way to make an effort. What's this bloke doing? Make an effort to prep them a bit better, which they don't. So, or they didn't. Anyway, so there's that. So and when I rode that, so I got that bike and I rode that all the way back to Essex, and yeah, I wasn't too impressed, to be honest, because if you've seen the video, I was riding home. I had to stop because the nuts that held the heat shield on the exhaust were falling off. So yeah, that wasn't great. So yeah, I wasn't too impressed with that. So they obviously hadn't checked the nuts, or they hadn't Loctited them or whatever. So yeah, not a happy bunny when it came to that. What else? What else did these clowns do? I think that was it. So yeah, just a minor thing with the Royal Enfield. And yeah, like I said, I'm not too impressed with the way that they say that they do a 60-point check and they prep the bikes. I don't think they do prep the bikes, to be honest. I think they just want to get them out the showroom. I think they well, this is the other point, isn't it? So they own, or what is it? We Buy Any Bike own them, one of the two. So that's where they get the majority of their bikes from. And if you, as you know, if you've tried We Buy Any car, they are absolutely shocking, aren't they? They will offer you a price. It's a pretty pump price most of the time, and then what they'll do is they'll knock it down even more, won't they? They'll anything, little blemishes on your car or whatever, and they'll actually knock you down. So yeah, and then what they've been doing is they offer you crap price for your used bike. It's the worst thing you could ever do. I mean, you get the aggravation of having to sell it on privately, which is a pain, because even that's a bleeding nightmare, isn't it? The amount of melts that you get on messaging you in that, and people just want to swing their leg over your bike, and then, you know what I mean, and then just mug you off basically. So there's that. So that's where they get their bikes from, which makes sense. That's why when they take photos of the bikes, put them up on their website, and they look absolutely, well, they don't even look like they've been PID'd or checked over, and they're dirty. It's just shocking. It'd be interesting. I should have really gone on their website and had a look. So yeah, so there's that side of things. That's where they're getting their deals, and that's how they can offer you a price anyway. Well, a decent price for a second-hand bike. I don't know. Let me know. Do you think they're a decent price for a second-hand bike? I don't know. Anyway, so yes, he had 150 people, I think, wrote into him when he did this video, and they were obviously moaning about the Superbike Factory, which is like fair enough, because they're pony. And so he's had to, the CEO's got in touch with him, and he's took the video down. I'm guessing he was obviously thinking he was probably going to get sued or something, which this day and age, isn't it? It's like litigation, isn't it? So yeah, the CEO reckons, oh yeah, we sell like 20,000 bikes a year, there's bound to be people that have got the ump. And it's just like, yeah, that's a fair one, but the thing is, that's just 150 people that have said to him. They might not have complained back to Superbike. I didn't complain to Superbike, because with the Aprilia it was like a year later, you know what I mean? And obviously with the Enfield it was just a couple of nuts, but at the end of the day they didn't do the checks. So it'd be interesting to see how many other people on top of that have you know, had issues with Superbike Factory. And the CEO's obviously sweet talked to Willie, and he's now thinking about getting a bike from them. It's just like, well, that in one way that's good, because then he can, you know, he can then do a video and say what his buying experience is buying it off of Superbikes. But the trouble is though, he's on their radar now, so they know that if he's going to buy a bike off them, they're going to like screw the nut, aren't they? Because he'll probably tell them that he's coming to buy a bike. So yeah, a bit of a silly billy really. Yeah, Superbike Factory, would I recommend buying a bike off of them? No, even though I bought 2. But they do. I think it's just the ease, isn't it? It's just the ease of buying it off of them. But like I said, they come with warranties and all the rest of it. But or do they? Do they come with warranties? I think it comes with like a 12-month warranty. But yeah, I don't know. So yeah, let me know. Would you buy a bike off a Superbike Factory? Let me know in the comments below. Have you had a bad experience with Superbike Factory? Let me know in the comments box below. Oh dear. So where am I off to? I'm going down to Crazy Horse. I got a hankering for a roof boxer helmet. They've got one in there at the minute, and it was a medium, so I tried it on, and it looked like quite a snug fit. I think you could attach your GoPro to the front of it; it'd look quite cool. But yeah, I'm thinking about that. Here, check these idiots out. Oh God, yeah. Thanks, guys. Yeah, you just take up all the road. So yeah, I'm contemplating that. I'm thinking. I don't think I need to swap this helmet out yet. I've not had this helmet 5 years. They reckon that 5 years and swap your helmet out, but I've not had any issues with it. For a carbon fibre, it's super light, pardon me, and I do find it a bit noisy sometimes at the higher speeds, which I wasn't expecting. So yeah, I was looking at that. The Roof Boxer flip top helmet. You stay where you are, thank you very much. Yeah, that might be on the cards. They're selling them. I've seen them, they're on eBay for like 200 and sub 230, 229. I'm not too sure how much they've got it for in Crazy Horse. They're probably asking an absolute arm and a leg. They probably want an extra £100 because it's Crazy Horse, isn't it? So yeah, wait and see, watch this space. So that's what I was thinking of getting. So with that being said, I've had my little whingy moan. I'm probably going to end that video there. So, what are we doing? We're going? Yeah, we're going. So like I always say, if you like the videos, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, smash that red subscribe button. And if you are a subscriber, hit the notification bell. That way every time this idiot uploads a video, you will get notified. And that, my friends, is Jim Diesel, out. I was hoping that the roads would be a bit drier and a little bit less slippery. That was wishful thinking. I can confirm that they are neither of the above. They're just as slippery and a bit sketchy, to be honest. So yeah, not loving this, not loving life at the minute. That's more like it. These roads are nice and dry. To be expected, I suppose.